we got another request video. I had a viewer that messaged me asking me if it was worth it to buy a base model Challenger or Charger. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take a look at the SXT Challenger, and then we're going to go back out and we're going to look at the base model Charger. We're going to build one up to, to see what the options are, and and I'll give you my honest opinion on whether or not it's worth it to purchase one of the V6 Challengers and one of the V6 Chargers. Now, but I can already tell you now, it looks like in the V6 models, you can go all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. That's already a bonus to ordering one of the V6 models. You cannot get all-wheel drive in a V8. You can't do it, whether it's the small V8 or the larger V8s. Whether it's the 5.7 liter V8 or the 6.4 liter V8 or the supercharged 6.2 liter V8, you cannot get an all-wheel drive version. You can in the V6, and that's a bonus, especially if you live in an area it gets a lot of snow, that kind of stuff, and you want to drive it in the snow. So let's switch over to the all-wheel drive model. It did add $2,000 to the build price already, so let's keep that in mind. And we're going to build an SXT. Now, in previous years, you would be able to get an SXT for way less money, under $30,000, but because of the car market being the way it is, you're not going to get any rebates on these for the most part, unless you get it at the very end of the model year and they have a bunch left over, which is doubtful in this particular car market. Now, we're already at $34,275 on a V6 Challenger before we add any options. Okay, so let's bear that in mind. I'm going to build this the way that I would build it if I was going to order one of these cars. So let's bear that in mind. These wheels look the best of the four of the options, but they're not painted, so it's kind of disappointing. They would look better in black. Okay, so those, you add the blacktop package, that adds a little bit, but those wheels look better. If you're going to go with this SXT, you want it to look as good as possible. So you got two different types of all-season performance tires. You can go with a spare tire. Of course, you always want to have a spare tire. Now, you can keep the normal houndstooth cloth seats. I don't like these seats at all, so I would go with Napa leather. And of course, you have to add 3 additional packages to go with the leather, and we're already up over $40,000. You've got 3 different display types. I'm going to go right here in the middle with the Apple, with the Uconnect 4, with the Apple CarPlay. I do like that package. Sirius XM, you get 6 months with whatever this package is. Alpine Audio Group, yeah, you want to have a nice sound system in this car. Power sunroof, that's a prerequisite for me. Now this is a look at the packages. All right, so you've got the blacktop package. It was $1,000. That way you could open up the black wheels. You got the driver convenience group. I always recommend this with Challenger folks, just because of the blind spot alert. These cars don't have very good visibility coming out the passenger side. So yeah, you want the blind spot alert. The Plus package adds all the leather and all the different bells and whistles that you would want. It is a $3,000 option. The technology group in this car has adaptive speed control, automatic high beam headlamp control, forward collision warning, and rain sensitive windshield wipers. For this car is already over $42,000. I'd probably leave this particular package off for the purpose of this video. You've got the automatic transmission, 3.6 liter V6. This engine puts out about 300 horsepower. My first Challenger and my first Charger had the V6 in it, and it's almost 300 horsepower. It had plenty of get up and go. You're not winning any drag races, but if you're just wanting a car that looks cool and you're doing it day to day, by all means, this car is is perfectly fine for that. Now, as we've built this, we're at $42,830. Now, here's the situation. In a normal car market, there's no way I would pay $42,000 for the V6 model of this car. I've owned 5 Challengers, and 4 of those cost less than that price tag. Only the standard body Hellcat that we had was more. My first was a V6. I paid $28,000 for it. My second was a 5.7 liter V8, and it was an RT Classic. I paid that price. I actually paid $42,000 for that one. I paid $38,000 for my first 392 Challenger, and I paid $38,000 for my second 392 Challenger. Those were all bought in a normal car market. In today's car market, you probably wouldn't be able to find one of those cars for that price. So $42,000 is about as low as you're going to find one of these SXTs completely spec'd out with options that we chose. Now, obviously you can take off all those features that I added and get it for around $30,000 to $35,000. In my opinion, it would not be worth it to buy the V6 without the options. If you're going to add the options, then absolutely. Again though, in a normal car market, this is way overpriced. In today's car market, you got to get what you can get. In my opinion, it would probably be worth it instead of buying this one brand new. But find yourself a 392 or an RT that's a couple years old and get it under that price sticker. Get it under that price. Because those, you know, even with the chip shortages, I'm sure that you can find the car for cheaper than $42,830. But if you want one brand new and you want all those options and you want it to look good, this is going to be the only option that you have. Now, before we end this video, let's go back out and go to look up the chargers. I'm going to check the chargers real quick. All right, again, we're going to go with the 22. And yes, they do have the SXT, and you can get it in all-wheel drive. Now, here's something that I want to note. I hate this particular front end on the Charger. I don't like it at all. For that purpose alone, I would not buy this car. I don't like the way this car looks. I would go with the GT. The GT has the more stylish front end that you get with one of the V8 models. I would not, just based off the front end alone, I would not buy this Charger. No matter how many options you gave me, if it has that front end, I wouldn't buy it. So for the sake of this video, we're going to start with the GT, and we're going to switch it to all-wheel drive. Now, the first thing I can already tell you is we're at 36.7 before we add any options, but it is all-wheel drive, and it looks better. So let's go ahead and start the build. Again, just around 300 horsepower for this car. It does get up and go. Again, my first Charger was a V6 version, and it had plenty of get up and go. You're not winning any drag races, but you know, it's still worth buying the car. So we're going to go with some black wheels. Don't like these silver. Those wheels actually look pretty good. Let's see if we can rotate and get a better look. Yeah, I like those. Those look pretty good. All right, so you only have one tire option with the Charger. Again, with the seats, we've got two options. You got the standard cloth performance seats. I don't know if I'd call them performance seats, but cloth seats. You've got this, I'm assuming this is peanut butter. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. We're going to go with black Napa leather and Alcantara. So we got two options here. You got the Uconnect 4C with 8.4-inch touchscreen, or the Uconnect 4C with nav. I'll never tell you that it would be worth it to add the $1,000 to get the nav, because the Uconnect 4 already comes with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You plug your phone in, you have Google Maps or you have Waze. So I would not go with the $1,000 option for nav. Just wouldn't. We're going to add the Alpine audio group. We're going to add the power sunroof. We're going to add the cargo net. If you're going to use this to get groceries, you want your stuff to not slide around in the trunk, go with the cargo net. All right, what kind of packages we got here? Looks like we have a wide range of options. The blacktop package is $1,000, and you get 20-inch black noise wheels, which we already added. All-wheel drive Romby badge, black one-piece performance spoiler, a GT black deck lid badge, black Dodge grill badge. Nah, I would not go with this. I would not go with the blacktop package. I would add the heated front seats and the heated steering wheel if you live in a cold area. If you don't live in a cold area, avoid that altogether. The driver convenience group comes with the blind spot alert, locking lug nuts, a bunch of other stuff in there, automatic dimming driver mirror. Just for the sake of the blind spot alert, I'd add this package. All right, the interior appearance group. I probably would add this in one of the V8s. I would not add this in the V6. We're not going to add navigation. Looks like we've already added the Plus group with all the stuff that comes with that. That's good options to have. $3,000, you get the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, illuminated cup holders, leather seats, all that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to have that. That's a $3,000 package. The technology group comes with adaptive cruise control, advanced brake assist, automatic high beam headlamp control, full speed forward collision warning, lane departure, and rain sensitive windshield wipers. I like the technology group. If you know my channel, you know I'm a tech junkie. I like that option. We're getting down in the home stretch here, and we are done. For the GT, it's $46,705. Without regurgitating everything I said about the Challenger, that's a little steep for a V6 model. Like I said, every Charger I've had was cheaper than that until I bought my Hellcat wide body. My Daytona 392 was completely and totally fully loaded with all the options, and it was cheaper than this particular car. I paid $45,000 for it, but again, in a normal car market, I did that and it got rebates and stuff like that. MSRP on that car was well more than that. So if you want a pretty well equipped V6 Charger, that's the number that you're going to be looking at doing if you want it brand new. Again, my recommendation here, find yourself a lightly owned V8 model and go with that instead. You probably could find it cheaper, or you could go for a V6 and save yourself several $1,000s. I don't think that I would go $46,000 for a V6 Charger at this particular time. Now, the one thing about this car market, eventually this bubble is going to pop. Eventually, supply is going to replenish, demand is going to go down because there's going to be more supply, and prices will settle. Rebates will come back. It might not be for a year or two, but it will come back. If you're not in the need for a vehicle right away, then don't buy one right now. If you're going to buy a car right now, you want to get something that's going to maintain its value, something that you can sell for a profit, or something that you can at least get out of even. It's not the right time to buy just any car. If you like this video, if you found it informative, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified for all the videos. I appreciate you guys watching, and y'all take it easy.